viral video was the ASMR videos. I always had a passion for aesthetics. They started writing me on social media like, what are you doing with your ASMRs? It is not good for your flute. No, I was posting every day. I also started working together with Woodify, and from here on it boomed. Oh, okay, you can say me probably. What is that? Hi and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the story of how I became an influencer / how I started with social media. So let me tell you the story. I actually wanted to do this video a Q&A, which is going back to the very old YouTube style, but I actually like this kind of content because I think this helps the audience to get a little bit more information about the person. But this story, social media, is just too long, so I will do this video as a separate one. And then the other questions I will answer in another video. Before I start the whole story, I need to tell you that I've been always a person that loved photography, videography, everything which had something to do with pictures. And ever since I'm a little child, I always liked everything being very aesthetic, and I don't know, I just loved beautiful stuff. I love fashion, I love beauty. I think that's also something about flute, because the flute itself is just beautiful, and the sound is also something which is more beautiful. For example, another instrument like a violin, I will not immediately say beautiful. It is also amazing and very deeply into, but beautiful is not the first word which I will describe it, you know? So what I mean with this whole stuff, that I always had a passion for aesthetics. At the very beginning, when in Hungary Instagram became something more popular, I was really the person who did not want to have it. I always liked YouTube actually, and still today this is actually the platform I feel the most comfortable with, not only as someone who is posting on the platform, but more someone who is actually consuming content from other creators. And it's because I really like longer content. I do not like to watch someone only for 60 or 90 seconds and then actually at the end I have no idea who is that person. I am someone who really likes going more deeply into the topics, so that's why YouTube is for me still number one. And then of course I gave up and I created my first Instagram account. I have no idea which year it was. I think maybe in 2014, 15 something. It was only for me, for my friends. Like, I had no plans with it to make it more popular or something. But I had already the thoughts about YouTube, because I loved so much some Hungarian creators and also some American creators that I was like, maybe I could also do that. I really love making photos and videos, as I said already, so why not? And I really love talking. My friends could talk about this a lot actually, so why not? But then I was always too shy, as everyone else at the beginning. So I decided doing my very first video for YouTube in 2019. No, actually it was in 2018. I went to a Chinese tour for 2 months with an orchestra. I was playing their flute, principal flute and Piccolo, but I was actually also playing sometimes second flute, so we were switching each other with the other girl. I've decided there will be something which will be probably interesting for people, so why not to do videos on that? And my very first plan was doing weekly vlogs, because it was for 8 weeks, so I was like, okay, there would be already a lot of content and I'm pretty sure people would like it. And I did videos, but it was way too hard. Like, if you ever been in a classical music orchestra tour, it is so tiring and it's so exhausting. Yeah. Whatever, at the end actually I did a video on that, but months later. So as I said, I did not post at the very beginning this Chinese tour video, but in April there was a masterclass in Hungary for flute, obviously, and I did my very first YouTube video there actually. and these videos are already all private, so they are not available for you anymore because I just feel way too cringe. Sorry, I cannot leave them online, but I did post them. My very first YouTube video, which I was really working extremely a lot, and I was buying the audios and I don't know, many things, was the live bowl in 2019, because in the school I was studying at, we were invited to the live bowl in Austria, in Vienna, and this is a very big festival, and yeah, it was just crazy. And it was so much fun to make the videos, and also to experience this whole stuff was so amazing. And so that was actually my very first big YouTube video, let's say. It had 0 views and I had 0 subscribers at the time, but I was still doing it because I was very passionate about it. It was in 2019, June. I did these videos in English, and then I did also other videos, but then I also did some videos in Hungarian. I don't know, it was just a period of time where I had no idea for who is my audience actually, because as I mentioned, I already had Instagram, but I did not manage it as professional one. Actually, no one knew that I have Instagram at the time, or maybe some Hungarians knew, but otherwise it was not so popular. And then I became lazy and I stopped doing. I just did a few videos. I think maybe I did in that year 10 videos, which is nothing, you know? In a whole year doing 10 videos is nothing. And as I said, it was very mixed. I mean, everything was about music and being a musician and being a flutist, but sometimes it was in Hungarian, sometimes it was in English, yes. So it became again nothing. And then year 2020 started. We all know what started in that year. And then I created another Instagram profile in April. I started again with YouTube and also already with Instagram. So I did already both parallel, and I was trying to make it already more professional. I was really learning every day because I had a lot of time. I was learning a lot from YouTube, from everywhere, basically everywhere where I could find information about how to be successful, what to do, how to do. I was learning basically every day, 0-24, and I don't lie, it was really like that. I was in Hungary at the time with my family, and my mother, she still knows, every time she came into my room I was doing some photos for Instagram, because at that time reels were not so popular, or either I was doing some content for YouTube. And I think at this time I was doing YouTube videos in Hungarian. I was still not doing a lot of videos, I need to tell you, but I was more consistent. And then I stopped again. That was actually my main problem. I always had the motivation, but not the discipline. That's the key actually for everything. I could do one video with saying how to be successful, have discipline and no motivation, and actually that would be the video, because this is true. This is actually the key. So I stopped again, as I said, and I was just doing every second, third month I posted something on Instagram or something on YouTube, but it was not very professional or serious. It was really a hobby for myself. I was also not popular. I had 0 subscribers still, or maybe I had already a few hundreds, but not on YouTube, and also a few hundreds on Instagram, but not 1,000 or something, and also not a lot. It was just really for friends. And this is how it was. Every year, twice, I had the motivation suddenly to do something on YouTube or on Instagram, and then I was posting a few stuff, otherwise nothing. And also, as I said, I was not popular at all at the time, and also had no audience, no followers, no subscribers, basically. And then the big change started in September 2023, last year. I said to myself, I don't know what happened to me, but suddenly I got a thought. I was like, okay, I need to start with social media, and I have no idea why. No one said to me anything. I did not see anything on social media which started motivating me, nothing. I just suddenly had this idea, okay, I want to be more active on social media. But I knew already that I'm going to get probably again too lazy, or like the motivation is going to be gone. So I knew I need to change something. So I started having a 30-day plan for September. And that was also actually the month I started with TikTok. And I said, okay, I need to post every day at least one something. Either is a video or a photo, but I need to post for 30 days and then let's see if I still like it or not. And then of course I did not post every day. I became again lazy, but not so lazy anymore. So I actually became consistent. I was not posting every day, but I was already learning what kind of content I actually like, what kind of aesthetic I like, and what is my message for my audience, or which I still did not have at the time. And then October, I wanted to try out UGC, which is used generated content, and that means that you make advertising videos, but not as a influencer, but just a normal, let's say normal person who is paid for making a video about something, a product or an app or whatever, and then you get this video to the company who was hiring you, and then they post on their own social media, which was amazing for me because I had already good eyes and good feelings to make actually nice content. But I had still no audience, as I said, so that was actually a perfect start for me. So I created my portfolio and for UGC, and I started writing companies in November. It was already November that I started writing companies that, hi, it's me. This is actually some briefings, like who I am, what I do, and here's my portfolio if you're interested. Here I am. This is common for every UGC creator actually. And then at the same time, because I was creating so many content for UGC, I also became more active on Instagram and at the same time TikTok. I said, okay, I think this is already something that I like. I started finding slowly my way, what I do and what I like. From the middle of November, I started posting every day. So actually, it's been a year that I did not miss any day of making content and posting content. Not a single day, and I really mean this very serious. There was no any day where I just sitting at home and was doing nothing. Understand this good place. No, I was posting every day. I started seeing some results, especially on Instagram. TikTok was very hard at the beginning for me to grow actually. Instagram was at the beginning so much easier than TikTok. I also understood better the Instagram algorithm than the TikTok one. So I posted every day one reel. And then December I started posting on TikTok every day 3 posts and on Instagram 2. It was like this for 3 months that I was posting that much of content. And I remember in December I started going on Instagram, as I said. I remember I was on the way going home to Hungary and I just got the notification that I got 2,000 followers on Instagram last December, and I was so happy that you have no idea. I was like, what? So many people like my content. And for 2,000 people, I was really grateful for every single one of you. Because I really saw the results of my work, that I was putting so much effort in it. And I was like, actually at the very beginning of December, my plan was for Instagram to reach 2,000 followers on Instagram and 1,000 on TikTok. And at the very end of December, I reached more than 3,000, I think. And on TikTok, I don't remember anymore. But I think also on TikTok, I got more than 1,000. So I actually got both my plans come true. And then January, I had my very first influencer deal with Soundbrand actually. At the very beginning, it started being actually a UGC deal, but then they saw that I actually do post on Instagram. So they said, no, actually, we want you to make for us influencer content. So I did, and that was my very first paid deal actually. And from here on, it boomed. At the same time, I was still doing a lot of UGC content for other companies, which 80% of days you did not see on my socials because many of them was not about music. It was actually at the end music or art related, but not really like with Flute. So that's why I did not post them. And also because it was UGC. So UGC is paid differently as influencer, obviously. And then in January, I also started working together with Woodify. And as you may know, I still work with Woodify together, also as an influencer and also mainly as a content manager. Then in February, a crazy thing what happened to me as an influencer at the very beginning. I had already 7,000 followers or something on Instagram. And at the time, my contract ended in the school where I was working at. I was actually searching for a job, but at the same time, I knew already that actually, I earn already money with social media enough. Okay, then actually I can use this time now to practice more, to grow more on social media. And I anyway want to study more masters, so let's stay like this. And then actually I stopped searching for another job. Thank God that I did this actually, because suddenly I got an email from an agency that they want me to play in Turkey. Can you imagine this? And I was like, and the more funny thing is that they went to the east of Turkey, mainly to the city where my husband was born. And I was like, and this is such a small city, no one knows it. And I was like, is it a spam? And I was also asking him like, did you hire someone to me or not? No, I didn't do anything. Like we did not believe that it's true, you know, because it was so ridiculous at the end actually. But no, it was true. So I went to my very first influencer trip to Turkey. And I was there for 2 weeks. I have also a YouTube video on that because that was actually the time I said, okay, this is already a cool content, so let's make a video on that. I also bought a good camera for having more better content quality. And yes, that's what happened there. And from here on, I was already so confident with making content that it just boomed. On Instagram, it was working very well. On TikTok, actually, also. But on TikTok, I remember having my very first viral video was the ASMR videos. This needs also a few minutes of explanation. I never planned being them so crazy popular. Really, they were plan B. I did ASMR videos, the tapping part, I mean the guess the piece I play ASMR videos. I planned them and I did a lot of them before I went to Turkey because I knew that I would be all the time on the way, and then I need time to create that content. So let's have plan B videos, which were these, the guess the piece the videos, so that I can post something on the platforms. And then I did the first few ones and people loved it. And then once I was sitting on the bus while we were going somewhere, I was still in Turkey, I posted one of the videos. And then 1 hour later, I went on my phone again, and then I saw the video had more than 120,000 views. I was like, I thought it had some bugs or something, and I was like, wow, this is for sure not true. And I was refreshing. No, it had more, 130, 140. It was like you have no idea what kind of feeling this is. It is such a big adrenaline that you have no idea, really. And also because of this kind of content, I started growing crazy on TikTok. Like I had one day 500, 600, 700 extra followers because of these videos. And then of course, because of these, then the other ones also got viral, some of them. And this video, which I'm talking now, it has still today 1.4 million views. I need to practice a little bit this tapping so that actually you can recognize the pieces. But otherwise, I have zero work with these. I have other videos I'm working for hours and for days to make it as beautiful and as good as I want them to be. And then it has good engaging, but not like these. Continuing the story. Woodify, Alessandro, the inventor of Woodify, called me. And he asked me if I would like to help him with creating content, because he sees that I'm doing UGC and he likes the content and the quality I do. So he wants me to be a content creator manager or something like this. And I said, of course, yes. Ever since, I'm doing for him also already the influencer collaborations and everything what you see on social media. 95% I'm doing this kind of stuff. Yes, I really enjoy it, and I'm very satisfied with this work, with this job. And being self-employed, actually the best thing I ever did, really. I mean, right now I'm working in the schools, but my main job after being a flutist is content creator, which is being self-employed. I had a few times I got some videos viral, as everyone else has. Like, if you are really consistent on social media, that happens, but you really need to be consistent, otherwise it's not going to happen, and it's not going to happen from one day to the next one. Yes, and then ever since I'm doing social media, I actually do mainly this for me, for myself, and I really enjoy, and I'm very happy if you like my content, and if you enjoy this, and if you get a little bit of motivation, or if you get good information sometimes from me, because that makes me really happy. And that's actually the reason why I do this, making myself happy, and also with this stuff, making other people feel inspired. That's the main reason doing this whole stuff. Someone asked me actually on Instagram how I deal with judging. I cannot talk so much about this because, thank God, I do not have so many experience with this. Obviously, I have sometimes negative comments, but so rarely, like really barely, someone comments something bad under my videos, really. And I hope it stays like that. I think in general, classical musicians, because mainly my audience are musicians and classical ones, so obviously they are not so judging like if I would be, for example, a beauty influencer or fashion blogger or whatever, because they are people who follow these creators with this niche are just different, let's say like that. Classical musicians, even if they think that I am bad or something, they are not so stupid. Sorry to say this. I mean, you can obviously say to me if you don't like something, and you can share your thoughts, and criticizing the other ones is okay. I truly think that it's because we are all musicians. Like, I don't know, these people are just different, and they are not going to come to you like, oh my God, what are you doing? What do you think about yourself? Maybe they're going to think, but they're not going to open their thoughts under my comment section. So I don't think someone will do that. Sometimes I had from some other flutists, they started writing me on social media like, what are you doing with your ASMRs? It is not good for your flute. Or also sometimes from other flutists, they were coming to me like, actually, what is your plan with doing so much scales? What does it bring and this kind of stuff? I mean, you can decide if you like or not. You don't need to like it, but obviously if I post something, I think it is very understandable why I do them. It is for inspiring, for making content, and for just having some fun. Now, as you can see, I do now the vlogmas series. I try to do 24 episodes. I'm already a little late with one, actually. But I will do really 24. I really try my best. As I said, the other questions that you asked me, I'm going to answer maybe in other video or maybe in 2 other videos, so that I have also sometimes plan B to make this kind of content, because it is a little bit easier for me, as that I vlog the whole day, and vlogging my practice sessions, they are not easy, especially not because of the audio. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. This is my very first time I'm doing something like this, so be nice to me. And if you watched until now, I'm very happy for you, because you helped so much for my YouTube algorithm and engagement. And please leave a comment and like and subscribe to my channel. See you tomorrow. Bye.